Boom. And I'm gonna do a little thing. Here we go.
We're live.
Yeah, everybody. Welcome to the Drum Stream episode number 11 with a very special guest today, Carson Gant, all the way from Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Of course, we have my great and wonderful, freshly showered co-host Brandon Medellin, all the way from Austin, Texas.
You
And
look great.
I'm the slightly hairlessness, but just as clean Matt Smith, all the way from Long Beach, California. We're happy to have Carson on today, and oh my gosh, One Up Drum Vids is in the house, everybody. That's what I'm talking about. If you guys aren't familiar with Carson's many accolades, you can check out his YouTube channel, One Up Drum Vids, and you can see many fun
Put
things.
him back up today.
Yeah, we had a good chat, pre-production chat yesterday, and after many months and many moons of it not being there, we got him convinced to put him back up for the education.
Yeah, Matt.
For the education.
That's right. Yeah.
So while we wait for people to show up, Carson, why don't you let us know what's filling your bucket lately, man? What's good? What's going on? How's Canada?
The bucket's pretty full. Lots of walks, lots of sunshine, and I don't know. I've been shedding lots lately, which has been good, and putting some finishing touches on a record I've been working on, and being a dad, making pancakes.
You're a dad? For how long have you been a dad?
I've been a dad for 21 months.
Wow. Are they shredding on your kit yet?
Oh, he shreds the kit. Yeah, he's actually shredding. Oh, he's trying to break in. I should probably go close. Let me just go lock that door there.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. Yeah, everybody. Carson was actually asked to be on the stream through a nice patron of the stream, and so because of everyone's
should have done that first.
because of everyone's Carson, I should have mentioned this. You were asked to be on this stream. Like, we did a Google form, like a survey of a lot of our listeners, and your name came up. And which is so great, because I was just like, oh my god, I bought that guy a beer once. And
you bought me a beer at the Zach Danziger. Was it Nate Wood?
Zach Lewis Cole and Zach Danziger show.
Lewis Cole, yeah, totally, at the Blue Whale.
That was so cool. I was so starstruck.
Starstruck, yeah, from them.
No, from you, man.
Yo, shut up.
I'm serious, dude. You should have heard me talking to my wife. I was like, man, I'm just gonna go over there. Dude, it was like I was gonna talk to a pretty girl or something. I had to build up the courage. You
think he drinks? You think he drinks beer?
You think he drinks beer? Yeah. No, I had to go over, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna buy this guy a beer.
Dude, I appreciated it.
What a currency. But then you're like, no, I'm gonna buy you a beer.
Yeah, but you don't drink beer, so I got you a root beer.
Ginger beer. Let's be.
Oh, ginger beer. Yeah,
I have specific tastes.
Yeah. Did you mix that with anything, or you just have it straight up?
Straight up.
Okay.
All ginger, all the time, baby.
I like that.
Yeah.
Do you have those in the fridge right now? You're a ginger beer guy?
Man, I'm a kombucha guy now. I brew my own kombucha.
Does that give you yeast infections?
No, it just keeps me regular, on the I have a couple appointments with some porcelain every day, and we're
nice.
Okay.
That's good. Yeah. There's a lot of fiber in there.
A lot of good stuff in the kombucha for you. Well, friggin' A. Let me think about what else is going on. This is episode 11. Thanks to everyone that's out here that's brought us this far. This is episode 11 that we've been counting, rather. We've had a couple of trial stuff before with me and Brandon just talking, but as soon as we started getting guests on here, it's started to become more of a thing and more fun.
Give me 1 second.
Yeah,
I'll be right back.
You got it, bro. And
was that a fork? Was he holding up a fork?
I don't know.
Or is that that's a cable?
Something.
Cable issues.
Trying to get my stream deck working here so that I could have funny sounds.
Is it hard to set up streams? Like, is it you have a lot of background programs kind of working so that everything's going in live, or is it pretty
Uh,
streamlined these
Ah,
days?
I mean, it's pretty easy at the end of the day. I had a friend walk me through it. But it's been pretty fun. Pretty like I've learned a lot along the way.
Oh, cool.
But so yeah, man. Let's but enough about me. Let's talk about more about you. Like,
We
what's
can talk about me.
what
I
else
like
is?
talking about you too.
Ah,
I
come
got
on,
some
bro.
questions. I need to learn how to
No.
play some jazz and get some chops maybe. So I was gonna drill you guys about
Damn.
you know, exercises I can practice.
What about you, Brandon? What's good, dude?
Shit, man. I don't even know. I've just been going through a lot. I don't have time to think anymore right now. But I've been working on the record. Gonna work on that for the next few months, for the next month and a half, and then
Did you get a haircut?
yeah, I actually did. I got a haircut.
Looks good.
What? There's something new. I know there's something new.
Did you take some off or did you add a bit?
Evened it out because I'm growing it out long.
Nice.
Um, I mean, I have a show, a social distance show here in Austin. Every adult is eligible for vaccines right now in Austin, so that's good.
That's great. Have you gotten one
Um,
yet?
no, I'm gonna get one next week.
All right. Heck
Which
yeah.
one are
Um,
you getting? You getting
The one, I'm gonna try to get the one, right? The Johnson.
yeah,
Johnson.
oh, it's called the one.
It's a one
That's-
because the other one is 2 shots and this one's
Oh,
one.
I thought they actually called it the one. I was like, man, that's
The
great
one.
marketing. It's killer.
Have
The
you seen that
one.
movie? Y'all know about that movie real quick? Y'all know that movie?
Which one? The Matrix?
No, the one.
No, what one's that?
The one with Jet Li where he has to
Oh, yeah,
Kung Fu.
the
totally.
one where he's killing all his alternate multiverse versions of himself to gain power, and then at the end he has to fight his doppelganger that's doing that.
Kind of sounds like the Matrix a little bit.
Yeah, it's on some.
Yeah, man, those Jet Li movies were pretty good back in the day. I quite enjoyed them.
They don't make action movies like that anymore. I'll say that. They just don't do it like that anymore for some reason.
You think it's a budget thing, or you think there's just too much green screen? Guys can't actually fight.
It's like those two. It's like I don't know. People just don't want to see that right now. I don't think it's in the market anymore for a kung fu movie or like a fighting movie. It's not. Mortal Kombat. The new Mortal Kombat's coming out.
What?
Yeah.
For real?
Huh.
Yeah, it's on.
Wow.
It's gonna be on HBO. It's like an HBO exclusive. Look it up. It
Is it a
looks
show? It's a movie or a show or like
movie. A movie. It's a
a
movie.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. So
Dang.
it looks cool. I don't know.
I've been watching Curb Your Enthusiasm for the first time, and it's
Whoa.
quite good.
Wow, dude. Man,
I've been
have you
missing
seen The
out.
Office?
Dude, no, I've never seen The Office,
What?
and I had never seen Seinfeld, and I started watching Seinfeld like in September. I only made it a couple seasons so far, but I don't watch a lot of TV, but it was awesome. Oh, Seinfeld's so funny, and then someone's like, "Do you like that? You're gonna like Curb Your Enthusiasm," and they're right. It's just way more
Okay,
crass and awesome.
you've had to have watched Trailer Park Boys.
Oh yeah, well of course I'm Canadian.
Yeah.
I actually
Yeah.
I used to build in-ear monitors for a couple of years, and I would just sit there, and as I was like soldering and doing all the little stuff I watched every single season of Trailer Park Boys. But I more like listened to it, and I still laughed my ass off because I couldn't look at it because I was doing delicate work.
That's so funny, man. I love that show.
That show
That's
is
amazing.
ridiculous.
It's comic genius. Like my parents, if they see it, they're just like, it's trash. And I'm like, no, like you just gotta keep watching it because you kind of realize how unbelievably funny it is.
It's not rocket appliances, man. It's not.
I don't even remember that.
It's just like how Ricky just always messes up like those they'll say NASA rocket appliances.
Oh yeah.
They'll just take like those one-liners and just like fuck them up.
Yeah, get two birds stoned at once.
Yeah.
Yo, I fuck with Always Sunny though. That's a good one too.
Oh, I haven't seen Sunny.
What up, Caleb?
Yeah, that's another one everyone says I gotta watch. So
That was really fun.
Dude,
I
that
like the
one's-
short
I think
short
that-
shows.
Yeah, the 20-minute, like
Yeah.
3 shows a day for me.
Yeah, I can
Makes
do
a
that.
lot
I
of
can
sense.
do 1 20-minute thing and I'm good.
Mm-hmm. Well, god dang, this
Hey.
is good. This is good. We're here. We got people in the room. What up? If you're here, say hi. And I think we're gonna go straight forward because I got some stuff to say, you guys, about the drum
Woo!
news. Wait. Here it comes. Yeah, guys, drum news. So in lighter news of the drum news, you guys, mic company Aventone has released a kick bundle, okay, where you can get two mics, similar to a sub kick and similar to like a Beta 52, all for around $400. I would check on Aventone microphones if you're looking for. I mean, if you're a drummer and you haven't experimented with one inside and one outside, it's a game changer. So,
What they give you two mics?
I think they give you like a sub kick equivalent and a mic for inside. It's a two mic bundle for
Very nice.
$400, you know. And you think a Beta 52 is, I don't know, $180, you know. So
That's a good deal.
Yeah, it's a great deal. And even tenser news. This is sad, you guys, but Alabama Shakes drummer Steven Johnson has been jailed. Has been sentenced to jail for 2 months, and 2 years, 24 months. My bad. It's set a bail for $21,500 for minor like child abuse. Not good.
Not good stuff.
Not good stuff.
Gotta be nice to your kids.
Be nice to your kids, y'all,
Yeah.
or you're gonna get in. Oh, Jacob F. Music in the house. What's good?
Hey,
Carson?
buddy.
Hey.
Oh, Jacob, I'm a big fan. Jacob's the shit. He's
Hell
a
yeah.
good dude.
Jacob in the house. Shout out Jacob. And on some slightly lighter news, as we've been keeping up with Travis Barker's love life.
Yeah,
So
you told me that yesterday.
Travis Barker and Kourtney Kardashian were spotted.
Wow.
Were spotted attending a UFC fight with other celebrity Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly.
He's dating Megan Fox now.
No, he's not dating Megan. Or Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly are dating, I guess.
Oh, okay.
This is big. Anyway, and this is gross, but Travis Barker was seen sucking on Kim Kardashian's fingers after they were both having a nice lollipop, I guess.
Oh, well, yeah, it makes sense. They were sweet. Her fingers are sweet.
You know,
yeah.
I think it's just appalling that they would do that in public. Wow, people know they're watching. They're just gonna get blown. They're gonna get gaslighted, you know.
But if you were famous, wouldn't you want to mess with people and do weird stuff like that?
I would, and I would, but I'm on the other side, and I think it's appalling, which is why it's all over the tabloids.
Oh man!
I don't know if you guys have heard any other drum news out there other than.
Well, I gotta ask a couple of questions. Kourtney, is she? She's obviously a Kardashian. Is she like the little sister of Kanye's wife?
I would have to assume that she's related to Kanye's wife.
Are we thinking? Well, we don't know which
sure.
age. Yeah.
Maybe someone in the chat knows how old Kourtney Kardashian is. I'm sure that's a quick Google.
Jacob, do you know anything about that?
Jacob, help us out.
Or Caleb? Caleb Zaya? No, not looking good. Well, we could probably Google it. I know they had a TV show. I know that much.
Yeah, but that's it for the drum news. Oh, I do have one more drum news. As of our tech meeting yesterday, One Up Drum Vids has resurfaced on YouTube.
Oh, yeah, I did it.
The paradiddle challenges are back up. The Matt Garska paradiddle challenge is back up. And let's not forget that the best drum practice advice I ever got is back up. Where
get those ambient tracks
to Brian Eno, I think.
Yeah, that's right.
Bro, I remember just getting slightly inebriated that day after I watched that video, and I was like, yeah, let's do some rudiments to Brian Eno.
Did you do it?
Yeah, I put on the Airport album, Songs for an Airport.
Best.
Yeah, and I was like, yeah, this makes sense.
Did you do it again, or it was a one time?
No, I mean, yeah, like the years I was like digging into like 80/20, and One Up Drum Vids, and like all the free Drumeo vids at that time. Yeah, I did that. It made a lot of sense. Like, if anyone's ever out there, you should go watch the best drum practice advice I ever got by One Up Drum Vids, aka Carson Gant here in the middle.
Yeah, I don't know if it was clickbait or real, but I still jam to ambient tracks all the time. I think it's fun. It's kind of cool because you can like I'll like play drum and bass or something, and then the music will shift and you can like move with it and just kind of have a little, I don't know. I just can't play it anything if it has a tempo. It's kind of cool when it's like real slow moving chords and always kind of build. I don't know. I think it's kind of fun. I always track myself playing along and see if see if any of it's cool.
Yeah.
Usually it's not.
Well, god dang, we got. What about you, Brandon? You got any drum news?
Let me see. Drum news. Man,
How about that new kit, that CNC kit I saw, man? That thing is sick.
That shit, man. That shit's still running. I still got it set up. I'm about to try to order a new one though in a few months. Same color and same inlay on the hoop, but I'm gonna get like a 4-piece, so like 20 by 14, 12 by 8, 13 by 9, 16 by 15.
You're going 12, 13, 16.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So that's later though. I just started talking about that with them, but I still gotta save a lot of money for that. And then that's gonna be like for potential tour kit, I don't know. That's what it's for. So that's my drum news.
Yeah. That's awesome. I can't wait to see that, man. It's every time we talk about that CNC, I feel like I'm inching closer and closer just to liquidating some kits and like.
What do you play?
I have 3 kits. I have like my jazz kit, which is a hodgepodge of different like Rogers 12 by 18 kick, a Slingerland 8 by 12, and a Remo 13 by 14, or 14 by 14.
You got a Remo kit?
I got a Remo floor.
Oh, those are like, when did they make those? I didn't know. Remo made
I got to. The really short story on that is I got to tour the Remo factory because I had a teacher who's endorsed by Remo, and he's like, "Yo, you should go up to the factory," and it was right in Valencia where I went to grad school.
Where's that? Is that California?
In Cal Arts, yeah. Not Valencia, Spain. Valencia, California. and yeah, like, because Remo doesn't make drums anymore. So they just have hella drums, like, sitting there. And
they gave you one.
They didn't give me one. They sold it to me for $20. And I was like,
that's pretty good.
Floor tom for $20, new. I'm like, yeah, let's go. And then on, like, the big recording kit, I have this massive pork pie. Not really, just massive bass drum, like 20 by 22. And then like I think it's like 8 by 10 or 6 by 10 tom, and just 14-inch floor tom. Not sure how long it is or deep it is.
Oh, dope.
And then I just have a Gretsch Catalina for when I want to like go out and gig, and don't want to take a big bass drum with me.
I need to do that. I need to get one of those gig kits. I just I wrap up that thing every single time I play a gig around town. So. Oof. Oh, hey, it's your wife.
Hey, say hey, Bex. She's leaving. Get out of here. No, I'm kidding.
She wearing a mask in the house, eh? Are you, do you have the COVID?
No.
Currently? No.
She's just getting ready to go outside.
I like it.
Yeah.
It's proactive.
Yeah, it's very, you gotta stay up out on the West Coast,
Yeah, fair enough.
COVID's not over, you guys. It's not over. Everyone thinks it is. It's not over.
Right.
I'll say it. Not over.
No, I think in Canada, they just shut down the province next to me, BC, British Columbia. They just shut down again. Hard shutdown. Yeah, we keep on kind of opening up and then shutting down again. So, yeah, we'll see how she goes.
Yeah. Well, you can't be too careful, We'll thank ourselves later, hopefully. That I think that's the end goal. That we want to be like, yes, glad we did that.
Oh yeah, like aren't they down in New Zealand? They're just ripping it up, having concerts and stuff, aren't they?
I mean,
I thought I saw something like that.
In Australia too.
In Australia, yeah, right. They're killing it. They're just
Australia's been open. they've been open for like probably like 2 or 3 months already, or a
Oh,
while. They've been
jealous.
open for a while. I have a
Man,
friend.
yeah.
I have a friend. Shout out Danica Paprika. She plays keys
Danica.
out there. She's dope. Um, she was telling me we had a conversation. She was telling me. I remember I talked to her right before they opened Australia back up. Like on the, I don't think anyone's wearing a mask anymore over there. I think it's all good. They don't have any.
Oh, it's good to know that like it actually goes back to normal.
Yeah, a whole continent, right? The
Yeah,
whole
no
continent's
kidding.
back to normal. So
Oh, that's
that's
awesome.
Because everyone was like super united about it, though. You know, it's like
yeah. Their politics are way different. They were more on the same page than over here. Everybody, it's like I don't know. It's more unified there. Everything here is like split in half.
right.
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean, looking down from Canada, yeah, the U.S. looks kind of crazy sometimes for sure.
heck
Mhm.
Oh,
yeah.
yo,
Hey, thanks
you
for
just
that
got a
follow,
new
Jacob.
follower. Hey.
Hey, what's up? What's up? Thanks, Jacob. Appreciate it, man. All right, so it's about that time, you guys. Let's get into it, man. We got our favorite drummer today, Carson Gant, in the on the drum stream today. Carson, thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
I was ecstatic when you said yes, and you know, I'm a big fan. I'm a big paradiddle lover. I'm a big drum head.
You play him better than I do. That's
Shut
for
up,
sure.
man. You know, like it's all about
That's
having
true.
fun. But like, I want to. I got a lot of questions for you, and a lot of things to talk about. Let me get my notes here. Um, First, I always ask, you know, what brought you to music? Like, do you have yeah, let's just start there. Like, what brought you into music? How'd you get to the drum set?
Oh, yeah, I think it's probably my brother. I think when he was in like 5th or 6th grade, the middle school that he went to let him take the drum set home for the summer. And
Whoa.
so all of a sudden one summer he's 4 years older than me, and so I think I was in grade 2 or 3 or something, and does that math check out? And there was just a drum set at my house one summer, and it was the summer that Silverchair and Blink 182 I think had released Dude Ranch. I think it was called
Okay.
Dude Ranch.
Yeah.
Is that right? Yeah. And then Silverchair, and I was just jamming along to "Bring It Back to You in the Year 2000."
Oh wow.
Do you remember that track?
I don't know Superchair. I
Oh,
was
you don't know Silverchair? They're an
I was
Australian
rocking
band. They're awesome.
like Dookie and Enema of the State, and you know.
Yeah, and MSA came later.
Right.
Right. So I was jamming along. Yeah, that wasn't out yet. And then the first Limp Bizkit record was out. I was jamming to that.
With
And
with Nookie on it.
John Otto.
Oh no,
Yeah,
that was the
I
second
think so.
one.
No, the one before Significant Other.
Yeah.
And then the drum set went back to the school, and I was begging my parents. I was like, man, please buy me a drum set. And I come from a Christian household, so my parents were like, they're not like super religious or anything, but I think they wanted to put a huge obstacle in my way. So they're like, hey, if you read the entire Bible, we'll buy you a drum set.
Oh.
So I started reading it in grade 3, and I finished it in grade, I can't remember I think I was in grade 5 or 6, or anyways, I finished reading it. It took me a couple of years, and then they bought me a drum set.
Wow. Was it?
Hey, I read the Bible too, man. I was in private school for a long time. I read that whole thing too.
Okay, yeah. So you know that there's a couple pages you can skip for sure, like the family trees. They couldn't quiz me on that stuff. They'd be like, no. So I definitely I cheated a little bit with all the, Jezebel, son of Jezariah. Like it does that for pages on pages on pages.
Yeah, no. There's a lot of weird stuff. There's a lot of weird stuff in there that's not really like literature, literal story. There's a lot of just like
Right.
told like history chunks. Just I don't know. It's crazy. Bible's
Yeah,
weird. Don't read the
there's some-
Bible. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. So that's how I got my first kit, and then it was a Yamaha DP series, which was good little kit, like those old Yamahas, and uh, I don't know, yeah, it's kind of maybe kind of a boring story, but yeah, I just love the drums. I thought
Thick
they,
ass book.
yeah, I read a big book and then got a drum set,
What
and
up,
I've been
Dakota?
playing ever since.
Oh, what up, Dakota?
Shout out
Shout out
Dakota.
Dakota.
Yeah, Dakota. What up, bro?
Shout out Minaret.
Shout out Minaret. Heck yeah. So, okay, so I'm piecing this story together. So you started, so like you had to you read the book, and they got
Yeah.
you the kit,
Yeah.
and like,
Oh, and then when I got the kit, Enema of the State came out, and then the chocolate starfish hot dog water record, and I was just jammed, man. It was like Blink 182, Limp Bizkit, and Silverchair all
wow.
day. Oh, and Our Lady Peace. Our Lady Peace is like my favorite band when I was a little guy. So yeah, I was jamming a lot to that music, and I think it helped me out later because Limp Bizkit had a lot of like heavy kind of hip hop grooves. So I think that was probably my first taste of that. Because and that Dr. Dre record, is it 2001?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Chronic.
that came out, and I was yep. I had to hide them all, so I would like have my friends burn the CDs, and then I would change the name. It'd be like I put like I don't know, like my parents had a lot of Christian a cappella records, so I just like put that on the CD, and then little did they know I was rocking out to Dr.
Oh my
Dre.
god, dude! I wish I would have thought of that.
I grew up on those records, the Dr. Dre 2001 and the hot dog chocolate starfish.
Did you really?
Yeah, my dad, that's all he would play for like that whole like 2000s through like 2002 kind of.
No
I mean, I
way.
was only a kid. I was like 4 years old with that shit. But
No way.
dude, I remember, man, because it was
Were you
like,
like 22?
yeah, I'm 22.
Oh, no way.
So like no, the thing was, it was like, I was little, Limp Bizkit, Fast and the Furious, Mission Impossible 2,
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Blink 182 was all in like all the movies. Like
Yeah.
it was like that was like that time where like punk and alternative music and like heavy, like it was like people really wanted that in movies for like
Yeah.
I mean, all the high school equivalent movies, like The New Guy and like
yeah,
American
like
Pie and like
yeah.
Yeah, totally.
First Date, that Phil, for instance,
Yeah.
Dude,
Dude, have y'all ever seen Clock Stoppers? I always associate that song with Clock Stoppers. Have y'all seen that movie?
What
I
was that one called?
recognize that film.
Where he has the watch that slows time down and the government's after him. It's a Nickelodeon movie. It's weird. It's a
Oh,
weird...
isn't that frick, the guy from Waterboy? What's his name? Adam Sandler? Isn't that Adam Sandler?
No,
Like,
no, no.
steals his song. Oh.
Have y'all seen Hackers? Have y'all seen the movie Hackers?
Yes, I definitely have
No.
seen Hackers. That's
Okay.
old.
The kid who gets caught hacking, like the kid who like gets everyone in trouble and everybody looked at and investigated, is the kid in Clock Stoppers. That's I don't know. That's some movie trivia shit. I'm sorry to.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm getting real deep in.
No, I gotta watch Hackers again. I remember
Mhm.
liking that. I think I watched that movie twice, which I don't do often.
The movie's really good. Everybody watch Hackers. It's a good movie. It's not accurate representation of hacking, but it's a fun movie.
Do you know? Are you a hacker? You get down with the zeros and ones?
Hell no. But
no.
I just know that that's not. I mean, it's like them clicking with a matrix going down. I mean, that's not hacking. That's not. I mean, it's just all to look crazy, but.
I like that.
Yeah.
Slow down time and play double time all easy.
That's what's
That'd be
up.
nice.
So did you so you got your drum kit and did you start playing in bands right away, or did you
I was in church. I was playing in church, so I played church kind of my whole life growing up.
Okay. Did you play in the church
kind of-
band a lot and like
Yeah,
play
yeah,
outside
exactly.
of church, or was it all just in church?
Yeah. I
and
had a band at home. We just like guys, we rehearse all kind of middle school and then church, and then high school. I played in a Mars Volta cover band.
Sick.
That was tricky at the time. That was the John Theodore era. The first two records. I've got a funny. I think I got a video somewhere. We did a full take that first track on Francis the Mute, Cygnus, something
Yeah.
Cygnus. Yeah, that track. We did we had a guy on bongos with like guitar pedals hooked up to it, and yeah, we did it. It was so fun. We would just like pour over it and try and learn every note.
That's like my favorite song on that album.
That song's so good. It's the best. Yeah.
So would you say the Mars Volta was kind of like your first like aha moment with drums, like you or like?
Yeah, I love the Mars Volta, man. Totally. John Theodore, he was kind of like it's kind of blasphemy to say anything about John Bonham, but he was kind of like my version of John Bonham, I guess. Like the generation I grew up in, it's like I didn't know about Zeppelin. I didn't even check Zeppelin until after high school. So John Theodore was it for me. And then when I found Bonham, I was like, oh yeah, okay.
That's what happened to me too. The Mars Volta, I feel like
really?
hub for so many. Yeah, man, because like Mars Volta got me into like jazz. That was my introduction. I mean, I know it's not jazz, but it's like prog and fusion here and there. But I mean, I was more Thomas Pridgeon era, but I mean, even checking out John Theodore stuff, like, I mean, those two, like, I don't know, I think they've really helped a lot of drummers get into some more heady shit. And I think,
yeah, totally.
I mean, because think about what kind of band is doing that, that level of prog on that big a scale right now. You know what I'm saying? They were like one of the last bands to really do that. Like full festival playing fucked off crazy music.
Yeah. And nonstop. Like they wouldn't stop. Like at their shows, every single song
minutes,
just
dude.
Like, yeah, and then live they would extend them and then blend them into one another. Like they didn't. I saw them twice, 3 times. Once they were opening for System of a Down, and that was with John Theodore, and that changed my life. I was like, I couldn't believe how unbelievable it was. And then he left the band, and then their original drummer Blake Fleming was in, and they were opening for the Chili Peppers, and I watched that, and that was okay. That was an all right show. And then I saw him at Mac Hall with Pridgeon, and it was just 3 hours straight, and that was that was a game changer.
Wow, man. Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, that was. Oh, you're taking a little yawn.
I'm not getting tired about your conversation. I
promise. Yeah. So yeah, Volta for sure. That was definitely the band that definitely made me try and get, I don't know, some more non-punk chops together, I guess, because you kind of had to.
Sure. I remember, it was funny, like, this is a little stroll down memory lane for me. When I started I didn't start the band, but I wanted to be in this band so bad. This like, and you're in 8th grade, like let's see, I mean, that would be 2001 when I was in 8th grade. No, when I was in 7th grade, that would be 2001. And
right.
And like, I think about that time I was just finding out like what punk was, and I was just figuring out, like, I knew I liked Blink-182. I knew I liked, like the Aquabats and Real Big Fish, and like I was like heavy into ska like growing up, but I always wanted to be like, like thought of, you're at that impressionable age where you're like, I gotta be punk as fuck, and
right.
And there's these one like group of kids that had the punk band in school, and they already had a drummer, but I would always go up to him like, yo man, like let me come jam, because let
me sit in, man.
Yeah, I was just like, come on, you guys, and I never got to play with that band, which is fine, but because me and my friends started this other band, I think it had the sickest name. It was called Burn the Jukebox. I'm like, yeah.
Oh.
Hell yeah. So we're
now you got a band called Juicebox.
Yeah, that's
not
funny,
far off.
Right? And we would play like a bunch of Alkaline Trio tunes, and like we were playing like Taking Back Sunday song. Like you're at that age, like at 7th, 8th grade, where you're just in the band that plays all their favorite music. You're not really like writing original music.
Right.
Yeah, dude. So like it was just a crazy funny time to like be immersed in that scene and that music and that fun.
But I grew up with a guitar player who I would jam with more than anyone. This guy Chris Fryman, and we started playing together. I would play like when I was in 3rd grade. I think it was 3rd grade, and he would come up with all these odd time things, but he didn't really know that he was, because he just was playing, young guy, and he got into the Mars Volta, and so I grew up like hardly ever playing with bass players. So everything I played was more like, it was based off of way more fast kind of subdivision, kind of that I don't really know how to say it, but definitely not like more like Hella. But I obviously can't play like Zach Hill, but it was way more that kind of vibe. Weird, just guitar and drums for hours and hours on end. So it was definitely a big eye opener for me when I started kind of learning bass lines and kind of playing along to that instead.
Yeah.
I was like, holy crap, I really like I play way more I hear it way more 16th notey kind of, and so it was really nice to slow it down and get in time with a bass player. So that was I'm glad that finally happened because it was much needed.
Yeah, man, I was kind of like the reverse. I had a bit like an older friend that played bass. Like he was like 2 years older than me when I got to high school, and he was taking like community college classes near my house, and so and by my house we like I live so close to the community college that they have permit parking in where I lived because unless like you wouldn't be able to find parking outside my house if I didn't, you know. So in exchange for he would park in my neighborhood and he'd get there early and we jammed for like 2 hours before his class, just bass and drums.
Oh, no way.
And that was some of the sickest things. Like he left an amp at my house. Like it was super sick.
Oh, that
so
shout
out Stevie G.
You guys playing like standards and stuff, or are you doing just ripping whatever?
Straight up just jamming.
Like, oh, awesome.
Like just it was so cool. He was super into Jocko and like, you know, so we were just playing like I don't know. I'm sure people have done this before, but like we were playing like Portrait of Tracy, and I was like just trying to like play all the time, like in the middle of those big gaps, you know?
Yeah.
So
well, I do that often. Jocko's
like
probably my all-time favorite musician ever. So I love
Florida man.
Jocko, man. Yeah. Jeez. Where was he born? He was born in
Florida.
Somewhere else.
I thought
he wasn't born in Florida. He was born
really
somewhere else. Yeah, somewhere weirder that I can't. Not weirder, just more north. But yeah, no, I can't remember. But yeah, I know. Yeah, he was.
Well, you know, the more north you go in Florida, actually, the more south you get. You know.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, and then the more south you go, the more Miami you get.
The more Cuban you get, I think.
Yeah, I gotta go to Miami. It just looks like a good time. Anytime I see videos like Miami.
You gotta listen to that Will Smith song. Miami.
That's right. How's that go again? What's the hook on that?
Welcome to Miami in Miami.
Oh, Miami. Yep, that's a great tune. Classic.
Yeah. What's that record? I was listening to that record a lot too. Big Willie Style, I think.
Yep, that was it. Yeah, I had that record.
Me too,
for
bro.
sure. I can't say it wasn't the best hip hop record or rap record.
There are some bangers on there. But okay.
Yeah, you had the budget.
Yeah. So okay. Back on track here. We're you're in the big bad world, and what was your first big gig?
Oh man, well, I went to school after I did the Berkeley thing for a bit, and then I just did like the 5-week summer course there, and it was kind of like a funk intensive with Kenwood Denard. That was pretty cool. Met some cool people there, and then went over to the UK to London, and I studied at a school called Drum Tech, which is I don't even know if it's around anymore, to be honest. So
damn, what's that?
It was a music school. They had like bass tech, vocal X. It was all like they had guitar X. It was just like it was part of the Thames University there. So I was kind of in West. I don't know when people say West London. I was like closer to the airport than like the cool part, but
okay. Yeah,
so I lived there for a year and studied drums, and yeah, it was pretty cool, I guess. It was it was different over there than over here. For sure. There's a lot of drummers trying to get into theater productions and stuff, and kind of the musical realm.
Yeah. That's a big scene out there, right?
Yeah, a lot of reading and stuff I never really, I don't know, I just never really had the drive to figure that stuff out. So yeah. I can read okay, but I couldn't read a musical or anything like that. So I came back from that, and then oh man, I started my own band. I've always kind of done original music. So I had a band for 12 years or 11 years called Napoleon Skywalker, and it was with my best buddy Jordy, and it was all just live, like drum and bass, hip hop. It was just a duo. It was him on Ableton and synths, and then I played drums, and it was dope because we would get to play cool little festivals and a bunch of shows, and we were making good bread because when you're only splitting it with 2 people. I always feel bad for like Arcade Fire and stuff early days. You're like, how the heck did you do that? Like, splitting the gig money 15 ways or
the love.
That's how. Yeah, you do it for the love. Yeah,
the love.
We were doing it for the love too, but
ska bands the same way.
We just got yeah, exactly. No kidding.
Arcade
we're not paying the horn section.
Arcade Fire is probably making a lot of money though.
Oh yeah, no, they're doing okay. I don't feel too bad for them now.
Yeah.
But early days, I mean, it can't be easy to have even the venues that you can play with kind of bands that size kind of be crazy. But yeah, I pretty much did that. Yeah, I just did like I did quite a bit of recording work and just lots of always kind of been original music and kind of filling in for different bands and kind of doing my own thing. So yeah,
when I was like Googling and going down the Carson Gant like rabbit hole, I did see a lot of you like people that would just hire, like you were like a sought after like studio call, you know, and like
sought after maybe a stretch, but yeah, people ask, I guess, hey, I don't know how else to say it. Yeah, people would ask me to be on their records and I'd be on their records.
Yeah,
so
I mean that's I think that's awesome. I forgot to say, you know, Carson is a drummer, a daddy, a composer, a producer, and arranger, and
wow,
he has a bunch of very cool stuff.
I don't know. It's a stretch. It's a stretch.
But you know, like I think kind of getting into the meat of the Carson story, to me, starts with you know, how you came up with One Up Drum Vids. And I know you talked, when we were talking yesterday, you talked about how you and your guy, it was just like a 2-man operation, you and your friend Jordy, right?
Yeah, same guy I had the band with.
Yeah,
exactly. Napoleon Skywalker.
So how did, I mean, you know, this is a big thing. This is like, you know, YouTube, you know, it wasn't as big as it was as now, like 5-6 years ago. So like when you're popping on the scene here, like you were maybe one of a handful of drummers that were putting production value into their videos like this, you know. So what was it like coming up in the world of YouTube versus like everyone else is coming up in the world of Instagram? And people are I don't think they're sleeping on YouTube, but I don't, you know, like there's definitely like a culture in the YouTube community. So like what was it like founding and starting up this community of drummers?
Man, you know what, I would say it's a lot like it is right now, as in like at the time I thought that it was super saturated and I was worried to get started. Like, so it's kind of funny that you say that, because I was like, man, look at Mike Johnston, like he's already got it, you know, he's already got the monopoly or whatever. But yeah, I didn't really think about it. I remember when I came up with the idea, I was out on a trail run and I was in some forest somewhere and I was just ripping and I was like, oh, One Up Drum Vids. I was like, the name just popped in my head and I thought it would be cool. I kind of wanted to do some videos. I'd kind of been thinking about that and I kind of had the idea of like taking one concept and then trying to one up myself in every single video and kind of see how far it could go. That was kind of the whole premise behind it, was kind of just one up yourself, which some people maybe understood and other people just thought maybe it was a arrogant name. I'm not sure.
Man, it totally resonated with me. That made total sense.
Yeah, that was the whole point. So, I mean, I started out with the paradiddle and then all of a sudden you're playing the paradiddle with a kick and then you're modulating it and then you're playing it as beats. And then that one kind of just climaxed at the Matt Gartzka one, because I couldn't figure out any more stuff to do with it. Yeah. I was like, I don't know, it's too hard already. And then I did some stuff with double stroke rolls and kind of did the exact same thing, trying to kind of figure out as many different ways as I could do it. And yeah, it's kind of funny because I got a lot of opportunities out of, like, I think I only made like, I don't know, maybe 13 or 14 videos like on YouTube. And then right from there, Drumeo kind of saw what we were doing, and then reached out and they were like, hey, you guys are making really cool content and we'd love you to produce a show for us. So they're like, what do you want to do? And they gave us total creative control. And I did, I was like, well, I'd love to do a 10 episode series where I take each episode as a different producer and I take 3 of my favorite tracks from them and then break them down and have fun with a cartoon character and kind of do whatever. And they were down with that. So me and Jordy took 6 months or so and put together that first series with Drumeo,
And that's this one, right? The exploring hip hop grooves,
yeah,
correct?
yeah,
So
that's the one.
this
Yeah.
is for everyone watching. This is you can find this like 37-minute like free video on YouTube. And Carson kind of goes into like all 10 grooves that and then you dissect them in each one of the videos. But this
No, I
is
think I just cover a couple in that one, but
okay.
there's
Yeah.
30 grooves in the show, like
Okay.
on Drumeo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was just that was so nerve wracking.
Man, I was listening to some of the banter, and the banter is pretty funny. But let's peep this groove real quick. I think this is the one that I was fucking with the most. Oh, is it gonna add me? Is it gonna
we
add
gotta do
me
an
right
ad.
now?
Carson Gant drum solo. I like how you cite that in.
Oh man, that's what I typed in.
I
I was trying to find one, but I couldn't find one. You gotta have a drum solo on there, bud.
Yeah, I gotta learn how to play a drum solo first. Oh, free training. What do we have here?
Oh well.
Oh yeah, that's a no ID
Tornado
track.
chops. Great idea. So yeah. If you guys are all interested out there, go check that out. It's on Drumeo. That's fun.
Tornado. Go check out the tornado chops.
Go check out Tornado Chops. Check out Carson Grant, Exploring Hip Hop Grooves.
Yeah, just know our.
Hey everyone,
just,
welcome to Forward. We are a
Stop
new
it.
kind of doctor's
What's
office.
that?
Y'all. Sorry.
I'm hearing something.
So yeah. So let's back up a little bit. I wasn't finished with One Up Drum Vids.
Oh yeah. Well, that was still like when I was with Drumeo, we were all producing that under One Up Drum Vids. We were a separate. I never worked. I was never an employee of Drumeo. They just contracted us to build, make them videos. So that is all still One Up Drum Vids. But sorry, what were you gonna say?
So yeah, the let me think. So I would love to ask, like, I feel like your videos are so, I mean, just right out the bat, they're so colorful. The colors are vibrant. Like, was this something that you were thinking about when you were producing these videos initially? Like the like the look of them, or was that just by chance and you're like, yeah, that's what I had, and it just worked that way?
Yeah, you know what? Like I mean, you can kind of see them back there, like the tie-dye bed sheet panels that have just kind of been around for 10 years.
I feel like that's a signature. Like
that's what it just kind of turned into. That I've always been when I was a teenager in my 20s, I wore a lot of bright t-shirts and I liked bright colors. So when I made the sound panels, I just chucked some white bed sheets in a bathtub and squirted some ink on them, and then made those panels, and it kind of just ended up being like, wow, whatever, that's what my studio looks like. That's where all these videos are going to be filmed, so might as well just roll with it.
So I'm assuming everyone has already done, but go and subscribe to Carson's YouTube channel, One Up Drum Vids, because he just posted them all back up yesterday.
They're all brand new.
You're welcome.
Yeah, that was all Matt. Yeah, I took them all down. I kind of a couple months ago, I just was like watching them and I was like, man, I don't even play paradiddles. I'm like, why do I have all this up? And then I'm working on I'm kind of taking things in a different direction with the music stuff. So I don't know, I got in my own head about it, but I've literally had like 20 emails from people being like, put your videos back up, you idiot. So there you go. Matt was the final straw.
Hey man, you know, happy to do it. Happy to be here. And let's so like, okay, so I'm just gonna say it. You've had a great success as a YouTuber coming up with One Up Drum Vids, and then you finally got asked to be a part of the Drumeo team, which I'm assuming was, being from Canada, that has to be in the idea stream of every drummer up there that wants to pursue a life in the music, in the drumming thing, is to, like, was Drumeo ever part of your plan, or was it just something that happened that you were like, yeah, let's go?
I ran into Jared at NAM. I can't remember if we had talked prior, but I was just walking around and then we started chatting, and he had seen, I guess some people had sent him my videos, and him and Dave, and then they were like, hey, like we really like kind of what you've done, so why don't we do something together?
Yeah.
I can't remember if I had reached out or not at this point, to be honest, but I definitely thought about it for sure. I was like, these guys are not that far away. They're like a 8-hour drive from my place. But yeah, they were doing a lot of crazy stuff. Obviously they still are. And it's just grown and grown and grown. I think they have like, I could be wrong, but I think
They have 1.8
over,
million subscribers.
yeah. And they have like 55, I think, or more, maybe it's more than it could be over 60 staff members. Like it's like a full on facility.
Yeah.
With Guitario and Recordio, and I don't know if Recordio is still going, but
Dang.
yeah.
Is there Vocalo and Basio and what about Banjo, dude?
There is a new vocal one for sure. I'm pretty sure. So yeah, I mean, it was the first time anyone offered me real, I made like, I don't know, $2,000 on YouTube over the years with the videos. And then, someone offered me real money to pay my mortgage to make videos. I was like,
yeah,
let's do it. So, and the fact that we had total creative control, that was, it was pretty cool. I mean, it was a really great learning opportunity, and yeah, no regrets there. It was fun.
And so my next question is like, so you did this 10 episode thing for Drumeo, and then they ask you to do Drumeo Kids.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, I did a kid show.
If you guys don't know, Carson has also. Let me play the theme music here because it's so freaking good.
That's me singing.
Captain Carson. The rhythmic adventures of Captain Carson. We're flying through space all over the place, and you just never know where we're gonna go.
That's my favorite part. You just never know. Where you're gonna
Go, or what we're gonna see. Oh yeah. There's so many grooves that we get to learn, but we gotta be quick because the groove troll's coming for our groove. Here I come.
Okay. So if anyone's interested, go to Drumeo Kids, and if you have kids that are listening to that want to learn some drums, this is cool, man. Like I watched 2 episodes yesterday.
Oh, sorry about that.
I queued up a lot more. So like, and I remember at the latter half of your 1UP drum vids, you were integrating animation. And who was that, Jordy, or was that you?
He was doing it. Yeah. Well, we found out, it's kind of funny because Adobe had put out a new program called, I think it's called Character Animator, and they just make it super easy. Like Gary, it's so funny. Gary and Ricky are like stock Adobe characters that are just open source. Anybody can use them. And so, it looks kind of like, oh wow, they're doing animation, but really it was, I don't know how to do it. Jordy's the one who did it, but it's not that hard. Like you could figure it out in a day or two. And then you just do a voiceover, and then you would just literally just match the audio to the puppet, and its mouth just works. So once we did it once, we were like, oh, we can do it with a couple characters. And then Drumeo was like, well, what do you think about doing a total kid show? Like you're just teaching kids drums. And I was like, man, I'm down, whatever, let's do it. So it was a huge project though, because it was just me and my 2 buddies who built the whole thing. Jordy did all the music. Like he mixed all the music and did all the sound effects, like all the little spaceship sounds. Like he did all the sound design.
The sound design stuff. Sure.
And then I did every voiceover. I was every character. That's why there's no girls.
Who wrote the script?
I couldn't do it.
Were you
I did. Yeah, I wrote everything. I'd storyboard. That's what took the longest. So I would write the script, and then behind me was a green screen, and I'd wake up, put a tinfoil suit on, and then get to work it took, I think we did it from December, January, February, March, April. I don't know, like December 2018 to September 2019.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So it was a huge project.
And there's 10 episodes.
Yeah.
That's I mean, I think it's just so it's so impressive, like just to have that under your belt, like like even for future future work, like even if
I just play for my kid now. It's the best for being a dad. You're kind of like, who's that? And he's like, Daddy.
Captain Carson, dude. Oh jeez.
And he thinks anytime the music comes on ever in the car and there's like a drum kind of only section, he thinks it's me. He thinks I play on every single track. So he's going to be so bummed out when he finds out that I barely play on any tracks. So
well, dang.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I'm just very impressed with your body of work and how unique it is, like, because of like, I mean, to me, there's just so many different avenues like you can keep going down, you know, like as a musician. And like the grad school that I went to, Cal Arts, is like a big, you know, all arts under one house kind of deal. So like I got the you know, the experience to score for animations, to score for with dancers, you know, all this type of stuff. And so to see other people doing that, you know, it's encouraging, but also like, I mean, I look at like do you know this kid show Yo Gabba Gabba?
Yeah, well, that was a huge inspo for what I did.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, that's completely from the Aquabats. Like the Parker Jacobs, the main dude from the Aquabats, is like executive producer and like kind of his brainchild. Like,
I didn't know that. That's
Yeah,
how
yeah.
he made his millions.
Yeah, and
I'm always,
we got Gooey Up. What's up, Carson?
oh, that's Eric.
The meat shop.
Hey,
says,
Eric.
Hey, yo.
Hey, buddy. My
So-
brother owns a butcher shop.
Oh,
in
heck yeah.
marijuana.
Heck yeah.
It's great.
What's up?
PioneerYYC.com, baby. Check it out.
What's up, meat shop? The meat shop says, hey. That's awesome. So yeah, man, I'm just, you know, I know you don't do this anymore because you and I quote, you did not want to be the kid guy. I understand.
Yeah,
but
yeah. I
I'm
ended
like,
up
I'm
bailing.
just applauding you right here for getting the body of work happening. You know.
Hey, thanks,
If
man.
anyone's out there that has some kids, go check this out. He gets down and makes your kids dance, and to me, it's just so like, it's just such a. I mean, it's a kids show, man. Like,
Yeah, it's a kid show.
Like,
and
I
we
love it.
actually,
like.
the stoner community embraced it pretty good too. So don't count anyone out. Don't count everyone out.
yeah, go if you have a fun night, you know. Yeah, just put it on in the background and have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, the group troll will haunt your dreams though.
Yeah, that's kind of the premise. Every single episode, something happens where the groove troll comes and steals the groove, and then you got to get it back again. It's
You gotta groove it out, dude.
yeah,
I love it.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Wow. So man, so let's get into some current stuff.
Yeah.
You are coming out with a new record here soon. In collabs
Yeah.
with producer Chris Phantom from Detroit.
Totally. I'm super pumped on that. I'm very, very happy with how it is. It's like 15 tracks, I think.
We
Could be
have
more, we might.
we do have a sample here of this track.
Oh, a little unmixed sample.
called Game Over. Well, let's take a peep of that real quick before we talk about it. Here it comes.
Starts with a buzz roll, bold choice. You know, where are you gonna take a buzz roll? Where do you go with the buzz roll?
Everywhere. Come on.
Any second now, I bet.
Yeah, you know it'll.
You guys hold tight. It's coming.
It'll start. Welcome to my 2012 MacBook, everybody.
Yeah, 2012, eh?
2012. I
The
got
year
it.
that was the world was supposed to be over then.
Ah, that's true.
We're laughing now.
I think the Mayans, they were thinking that.
Yeah, I think they're right about the whole like they just stopped there because they're bored. They're just or not bored. Sorry, they just were tapped out doing the calendar. They were
Maybe.
kind of over it and just stopped at 2012.
Yeah,
Encoding
well-
overload. Consider turning down video settings. Well, it's all good. Yeah, it's it's a little track.
Wait, someone said that?
What?
Someone said consider turning down video settings?
No, it showed up on the bottom of your screen.
Oh, you're looking at my
I'm assuming I'm looking at it.
Here.
Oh, there it is.
funky stuff, dude. I'm kind of like, I really love the kick sound. That's so like, thumpy, like airy, and all the ways that I want it to be, like thick, but like not clicky, just like a big pillow of sound. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, well, that's that was I had 3 mics on the kick drum for that.
Hey, what?
Yeah.
Do you remember what they are?
Oh yeah, there was a 414 like right on the beater,
Mhm.
as in not a 414, one of those Slate Digital model, those little ML.
Oh, you have all the Slate stuff, right?
It's my neighbor's, but it lives over here. So I've got 2 of the ML2s and then 1 of the ML1, and then I've got the Townsend Labs as overheads, that's a dream come true because those microphones they're unbelievable. And if I want to have Coles up, I like it, like they sound identical. If I want some vintage 87s, I can put them to that. Like it's
Well, like
the Townsend Lab.
87s?
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's this Townsend Labs mics are like, it's like for overheads. If you're playing the same kit in the same room, like most people are these days, to have the ability to be switching polar patterns and microphones to suit the tracks you're playing, it's just like it's I know it's used so much, a game changer, but that truly was a game changer as far as kind of remote tracking and the kind of gaining confidence to be able to play on different stuff. It opened up a whole sonic world for that. I definitely embraced the microphone modeling stuff. So yeah, but I had a 414 like pointing at the beater, like I had one of those big fluffy Vic Firth beaters,
Sure.
and it was a couple inches off, and then I had a D112 on the Rezo side, and then I had I think a U47 or something like a foot off the head for the air.
Okay.
Bye.
That's
Nice.
cool.
Yeah.
Dang. I gotta get a D112. I just have a Beta 52.
D112s are the best. They get a bad rap, especially when you're on online forums, but they saturate so nice. Like you just got to run a D112 through a bunch of tape saturation and it sounds awesome. I think.
Yeah.
That's what I would.
Yeah,
That's what I do.
My time is running out on the Beta 52. It's just gonna need to. It's gonna need to be
Needs
the
floor tom mic.
The 112. Oh, I've seen that.
Yeah.
I've also seen people rock the 112 on the floor too.
The D112.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got 2. I got one on my kick and one on my floor tom right now. Yeah.
Check you out.
Well, it's my neighbor's as well. One's mine. He my neighbor's a mixing engineer, drummer, and
tell us about your neighbor.
Yeah. Oh, he's incredible. His name's Spencer Cheen. He's a Juno award-winning mixing engineer, and he plays drums in a big country band. Brett Kissel. I don't know if you guys are into country. I'm not. I don't know anything about country, but he plays the big stadium shows, and just happened to move in 3 houses down, so we do a lot of work together, and we're starting a new business together, and yeah, it's been a lot of fun. We kind of quarantined together all COVID, so we've got lots of stuff done.
Wow.
Haven't released anything yet, but it's coming.
Yeah, man. Can you let us know what you guys got cooking, or is it under wraps?
It's I can give like a little synopsis. It's essentially just a different take on the whole loop library kind of vibe. It's kind of like our own little version of Splice that is only all the DNA of groove. So we're not, I don't have any beats or anything. There will be, but it's all hi-hats, tambourines, and shakers. So it's just all the stuff that you can't program that we've recorded with like over $200,000 of microphones, and every single pattern comes with 16 different mics.
Jeez.
So yeah, it's pretty sweet. I'm pretty excited.
That's so cool.
I use it all the time already, so I am stoked to get it out.
We got a puppy.
Oh, look at that little puppy.
He's gonna kick it with us. Cause mom.
What's his name?
His name is Marlon.
Marlon.
Marlon's here, everybody.
Hey, buddy.
Wow. So, man, there's a lot of good stuff going on for you, Carson. It's if anyone in the chat has any questions for Carson, please send them hither. It doesn't need to be drum related, but that would probably be quicker to be answered.
Yeah, I got lots of favorite foods, so you just ask away.
Man, so like maybe some other stuff that's maybe not music related here. It's so funny. I had a friend that was watching his story, and he did this time lapse of him doing breathing, and I thought of you, and cause I hit him up. I'm like, "Yo, dude, is
Hey,
this the Wim Hof?" And he's like, "Yeah, man." And I'm like,
yeah,
"Oh
baby.
yeah." So yeah, tell us how you got into kind of Wim Hof and his whole deal and the breathing
Oh no,
techniques.
yeah, I like the cold showers and the breathing exercises. I do them every day. Um, I just think it's like it's kind of a trip because no matter what you do in the day, like at some point you're gonna be going to Planet Zontar. Like it's kind of funny. You're like, I'll be upstairs talking to my wife, making a coffee, and then next thing you know, like fast forward 20 minutes, and I'm downstairs and I'm literally like floating, like
Can you do the breathing exercises any time of the day, or do you recommend like a specific time of day that to do them?
Oh, I think you're supposed to. I think it's recommended that you do them in the morning because they definitely release a lot of adrenaline. I'm pretty sure that's a scientific fact. So, um, but I ended up always doing them right before bed and kind of screwing myself over because they can definitely wake me up
Mm.
and yeah. So, but I just get it in when I can get it in, as long as I can get it in every
Yeah.
day. So,
What
yeah,
up,
it's fun.
Lucas?
Have you ever done it?
No, but I'm gonna start it. Like I want to do it. You know what's hard is if you can see this dog is kind of attached. Um, he's every time I get up, he gets up. So it's like
So hard to
I
it's hard to
can't
lay
be in a
down.
spot where I can like be uninterrupted.
Oh, fair enough. Well,
But
I mean, I got a 21-year old kid. If I can do it, I think you can find a
people equate dogs and babies, but
way. Because they're different.
they're different, man.
What about you, Brandon? You do anything weird?
Um, I mean, I meditate a lot. I do breath work all the time, but yeah, I just do anything that helps me stay in the moment, like mindful. So like diet. I started going to the gym. Oh, I didn't tell you, Matt. I lost 25 pounds in the last month.
Holy
Why did you do
fuck,
that?
Yeah, I got a personal trainer. Um, yeah, I'm just like on my crazy fitness journey.
that's
So
awesome, dude. Holy
yeah, I
hell.
was like really bummed. I went through a really intense breakup, but after that, I got depressed and I was like, nah, I can't sit in bed and like sulk anymore. So I got a personal trainer and a therapist, and then I'm into soccer a lot. So I've been starting to play soccer again.
Oh
That's
man.
awesome.
I'm
Man,
just on
congrats
that,
on that. That's amazing.
When you're
and I do.
meditating, do you do like a app or you just do it or what?
There's different types. I could do meditation through drums. I can go sit in the park and meditate and like listen to Laraji, or like I could go. I don't use the apps. I just have my own version of like having centering myself and aligning myself. But like I mean,
Who's Laraji?
Laraji is he's like a sound healer. He has a lot of music. He's put out some records through Leaving Records. But he's really, I'll send it to you in your DM. But really helpful stuff.
Oh,
Um,
cool. I'll check that out for sure.
yeah, just I mean, I'm just really in the whole fitness spiritual tip, you know, right now. I mean, more spiritual than fitness, but the fitness thing is like coming up, and yeah, I'm trying to get like a really crazy fit body because I want to play crazier stuff, be sharper, like have less anxiety, depression. Like I struggle with those things, but
Yeah. Don't sleep on those
I've
essential
noticed,
oils too. And we know where
yeah,
I'm
in a
at.
sense,
Oh, you get in the essential oils.
yeah, I got.
What do you
Some
does that
lavender,
just kind of
actually.
pull you into the moment more, kind of when you're focusing on the different scents kind of thing?
It'll just pull you in the moment if you inhale it, like and yeah, it's crazy. This specific brand doTERRA is like one of the only brands you can ingest as well. So sometimes I dilute like a drop of essential oil and like shake it in my flask and then drink it while I'm like hiking or like
You
at the
just
gym.
mix it with some water.
Yeah. I put like peppermint oil sometimes in my
Yep.
water at the gym so I stay alert. So when I have a water break, I drink it and my mind's still like ready to go. I've just been like really tying that all that together with drums and like my new record that's coming out in July called Pure Deliverance. Is like soccer themed because I've been on that soccer, cosmic, spiritual meditation kick. So I mean, that's pretty much.
Cool.
I'm trying to think of what else that's weird that I do. Um, I don't know. I
What else
like.
is weird that you do? I love it.
I
Love
I
it.
have a lot of panic attacks. That's something that I don't tell too many people often. I have probably um, I don't know. It's crazy. I have severe ADHD, so I can't tell if I'm having a panic attack until I'm done.
Mm.
Most
Really? You're kind of, it just hits you, and then next thing you know, you're like, holy, I
like
just
I'm
had one.
shaking my leg right now, like a lot. Like, but I feel good. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people freak out when I shake my leg. Like even when I went on tour for the first time, my tour manager, when I was touring with Cat Bamboo, he was like, "Why are you shaking your leg, dude? You're giving me anxiety." I'm like, I'm good, man. I don't know. I just like that's the thing too. Like I basically my whole focus right now is like my record and like doing everything that I can to like help my ADHD and PTSD and like spreading that awareness to other musicians that I know that have the two. Because I think it's common, right? A lot of musicians do well. A lot of musicians I know have ADHD, or they've been through something. Like a lot of artists I know. So I've been trying to be. I'm kind of like a little. I try to be like a spiritual healer through like sound and like aromatherapy and like stuff like that. That's kind of like I don't know. It's kind of like some new age um stuff that I'm into that I do. I guess that's as weird as I get.
That's cool, man. I've never really messed with the aromatherapy stuff, but I mean, hey, get some essential oils going in the studio, and I'm I'm always fascinated about how to like strengthen that body mind connection. I mean, because I mean, the implications of that when you're trying to express something on your instrument is, um, well, it can kind of go as deep as you can take it, I suppose. So I have you found what have you found that has like strengthened that connection the most?
um Proper diet, never letting yourself feel full and disgusted after a meal. The essential oils, Wim Hof too. Um, Basically, yeah, just every like, let's say I'm about to play in front of a lot of fucking people, right? Let's say I'm about to play in front of 200 people.
Yeah.
I've used essential oils to like zone all of that out and play like I'm playing in my house.
Mm.
What do you have any favorite smells for that?
Blends, my favorite right now. Well, I only use doTERRA because it's like basically it's the safest, purest stuff you can get out of the essential. Anything you get at the store is cut with chemicals, but this stuff, this is my favorite right now. Serenity. This is like my anti-anxiety, anti-inflammatory, anti just panic attack. Really, like if I mix this with a little bit of Delta 8 THC, and like I like smoke a little bit and take this and then meditate, and then boom, I'm done. Like oh, I don't need like ADHD medication. I don't need Adderall. I don't need anything for PTSD. As long as I keep grinding and because the body is meant to move a lot
Yeah.
more than we think.
Oh,
Hmm.
yeah, yeah.
We're animals. We're supposed to move every day and get tired. And this stuff keeps me in check and makes me want to keep grinding. So at the end of the day, I'm like, oh, got a lot of stuff done. I met my goals. I'm tired. I'm ready to wind down, go to sleep. I like lavender, peppermint a lot. That's for like the lavender is for like sleep. Um, Peppermint. There's another one called On Guard, which is like orange peel, clove, cinnamon. That one is cool for panic attacks too. I don't know. I'm very chaotic. I have a very chaotic mind, and when I'm like overstimulated and stressed, like this past week, like my house got super dirty because I was in the studio and I totally neglected my house.
Right.
And on my off day, I just did my little therapy things and cleaned and like grinded it out and now I have like a really clean house and I'm very excited and I declogged my tub. It was a whole ordeal going on and I
It's
took
like,
care of
oh,
it.
you did the haircut in the tub.
Yeah. Well, this stuff, like, I was depressed for 3 months, man. I was in my bed like all the time. Like, it was either I was working or I was in my bed. And like, when I finally got this stuff again, because I had lost some of it, I used a lot of it, but I got a big order. Dude, I cleaned my whole house in 2 days.
Essential oils. I never thought they.
doTERRA specifically. I'm telling you, the essential oils that you get at the store will not do it. They're cut with chemicals. Like this stuff is completely pure. There's a number on the bottom of each one that you can search where it's being manufactured, how pure it is, and like where it's coming from. Like it's crazy. Like it's a whole thing. But
Can you
yeah,
DM me that too when you're,
yeah,
you're
I'll DM
sending me
you
that
all.
other guy.
Yeah, like, but here's the thing, man. I think my main thing is like connecting spirituality with drums and mindfulness and just joy. And for the like pure spirit of being joyful, you know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of people right now, well, music is like very ego driven. Like it's a very egocentric, uh, not community, but what do I want to say? Industry, right? And I think with the type of music that I'm trying to promote is like very about finding yourself, your own voice, being your own beacon of light, right? That's like the message in my music, no matter what I put out.
Right.
And I really think that this stuff helps me hone in on my true potential to be able to project a very positive vibration for people to, really feel joy to feel joy. It's not like, the message is trying to entice you into, being on my certain frequency, but it's more to uplift in general.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Um,
that's awesome.
yeah.
I was when you're talking about projecting, I always found that kind of a fascinating topic about, I've had, big time musicians I really look up to, just, saying that everything's about like, what's your intent? What are you trying to say? What are you projecting? And, that I've thought about that. I'd be like, like what am I like? Is it, do you try and like, when you're on the drums, do you try and like project like actual like thoughts and like a story, or is it more just like you're trying to project just positivity in general?
It depends because let's say like, look, let's say I have a really bad day. I have a really like I went through some stuff this week, like the last 2 days, it really hurt me. When I hit the kit, um, part of it is, part of it is me letting go and healing myself through the music that takes care of me, right? But also like, and that will come out,
Right.
it's gonna come out like regardless, because that's what it is. That's what I'm doing on the drums, like. And then the other thing is like, if I'm already good, like if I'm like content and I'm like ready to play and I'm in a good place, what I like to do is either think of like the beach, right? Like one time I was thinking of the beach and I was in Rio and I'm on stage, like I'm not even there. I think of places that I go to places that I'm not even at, like I'm not like that are not even real sometimes. And I try to like beautiful utopian places, right? This is just me though, this is not do this, and I try to get that vibration from that part of my imagination and put it through the instruments with intent that I want people to feel something. And sometimes I'll even on a darker note, sometimes I play. I want people to feel reality. I want people to feel duality, like heaven and hell at the same time, like truth, right?
Right.
It's different. It's different. You can put anything you want. I mean, you can put anything in the music. You can put hate. You can put love, confusion, longing. It's just me. It's like I'm gonna live my life and play according to my life
Mm-hmm.
Right.
and try to be as positive as I can through whatever situation that I'm going through, and that's what's in my plan.
What would you say to that, Matt?
Man, I mean, honestly, like Brandon, like just said a whole bunch of things that I totally agree with. Um, going going into any like big show, I had this teacher at Cal Arts that always he said that before every concert he always has to remember why he's doing this, and why he's playing music, and for him it was very spiritual in the sense that he was doing this for his ancestors and for the people that came before him that gave him this music. I try to center along the same lines. I don't have as much ancestry in music as he did, so it's not as deep for me. But I try to make it as deep. Whereas like if I'm playing like a show with my trio or the juice box, I'm always trying to give 100% and like make sure that that it's all that we're all on the same wavelength. For me, it's even like just you're like putting my phone away and being in the moment. Not trying to think about, oh man, should I post a story and tell everyone where my gigs at? Like
Yeah, yeah,
these
yeah.
like things that we're so used to doing. I try to pull away from in an effort to be closer to the people I'm with at that very spot, at that very intersection of the music. Um, I would love to integrate some of Brandon's techniques though, and some of your guys' techniques into like getting more just closer to myself in that sense. Um,
Ah, cool.
I
Man.
think it's inspiring to hear both of you guys kind of like the banter back and forth about how you guys both can like give to the music. I think that's still like something that I struggle with because I've been playing gigs since I was like 10 years old. So like music to me sometimes is a job, and
Mhm.
and,
Right.
and like and it's tough for me sometimes to like not zone out. Like we've all found ourselves like zoning out on music. Like for if I'm playing like a jazz song and there's like a horn player taking like 25 choruses on a tune or something, like it's hard for me to be completely in and listening to them for like 25 choruses,
Right.
and to say that I'm totally in the music for those 25 choruses, I would just be lying, you know.
Right.
And it's a goal of mine to actually to be in the music for those 25 choruses, like if I can be. So I mean that's
It's hard.
I
It's
think
hard.
yeah, it is hard. So I think having that intention of like trying to be there to listen to someone playing, it's I always equate it to like a horn player like being done with their solo and then checking their phone like on the stage or some shit.
Right.
I'm just like, bro, you what? Like how can you expect us to be so into it with you playing and then so like I try not to be that person. I try to
Right.
come into music with that intention of being there, and it's hard sometimes, and I have to level with myself on that. So
Yeah, that's what I trying to like I want to be able to when you're watching like Brian Blade with the Fellowship or something, and then like something happens in the music, and then he just says something or that it just blows your mind. Like
Mhm.
I always wonder, I'm like, how do you do that? Like what just happened there? Like did he like like that's just him talking back? But I don't have that ability on the drums, and to make those kind of statements in that kind of way where it seems so pure, and so yeah, I'm always curious to hear what people have to say about that kind of stuff, because I don't think it's as simple as sitting around and like practicing your comping and stuff. It's like a whole different thing. It's like
It's living through drums. It's being at your most vulnerable form and
Mhm.
going like
Mhm.
because me it's like I'm not gonna lie, like I've had a weird life. I've gone through a lot of trauma, and it's not about that. It's about overcoming that for me, especially coming from a background where um my father was in and out of the picture. I had a single mom, sacrificing a lot for me to be happy, and like her giving me drums after a year that I tried it, was her really, sacrificing a lot. And like I felt that as a kid, also being first generation here in the States, because my family's from Mexico, and like there's just a lot of pressure. There's a lot of pressure on me to do something with myself, right? Because my mom was grinding, making all these sacrifices. I got into drugs when I was a teenager, kind of burnt out on acid and went crazy, man. I went super crazy. So after that, I was like, okay, I am traumatized by the way I grew up. My dad sucks, whatever. How do I become a person that doesn't have to feel all this bullshit and guilt? And like, how do I play with no ego? Because I was playing from egocentric um, places. Like my band was getting a little bit more popular here in Texas, and like I was meeting a bunch of people. I was young, I was 17, and like, 30-year-olds were paying a lot of money to see me, and I was like, what the fuck is this? Like,
Right.
so it went to my head. It went to my head, and I crashed, and I was like, I was feeling a lot of demonic forces in music at that point, like going through that egocentric foundation, and I crashed. I went to cloud nine, crashed. And after that, I was like, I never again will I take anybody's presence for granted, and I will not take anybody's ability to play music with me in the way that I believe for granted ever again. I'm not going to take anybody's love for granted. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I cannot. I just felt spoiled. I felt wrong. Felt like it wasn't true. So after that, finding meditation and exercise and the essential oils, man, I really, because I used to do Adderall when I was like really bad about my ADHD as a teenager.
Did it like numb you out?
It numbed me out at like at like 20 milligrams, like one pill, and then I would amp it up, and then I would just be angry, So it was just like not it. It was just not it. And then I had a partner who just wanted to use me for that stuff. It was crazy. I was wild back then in 2016 era, whatever. But what I learned is that the more that I try to heal myself and to uplift others and really be there in the moment to support people through music and to support lives, because people put their spirit into the space when they go see you, if they're aware of it or not. They're there, their body's there, their soul is there, and they're watching you and they're paying to see you for whatever reason, right?
Right.
So I always think about Thundercat in this interview that he said like music is a service, and we are privileged to be able to serve, right? This music shit is crazy,
Right.
and the whole mindful stuff in Herbie Hancock, he has an interview where he says he meditates every time he plays before he plays to reach that level of mindfulness and purity, almost childlike, because when I play, you know, for me, I didn't really have a childhood. I had to grow up way faster compared to some people that I know. But when I play, I try to play to the point where I reach that level where I can cry tears of joy because I finally feel that spirit of child, that my inner child, because that's when I really heal. And like, I like go back and see that neglected kid. I'm like, hey, it's gonna be okay. We're here. We have music, and that's just like what I'm saying. And
Right.
it's like other people have crazy stories and they project through their music, and that's like the point, like all the greats, like Jimi Hendrix, like that dude went through a lot of crazy shit, and you felt that shit when he played, right?
Right.
Like Mars Volta, they went through crazy shit.
Well, they shouldn't have been messing with that Ouija board so much.
Not even that, just like El Paso and the cartels and like all that shit. That already, it's like they were born into it, man. Like some people are just like, it's crazy, man. That's why I say, man, music is very powerful. You can do a lot with it, and if I have so much power and I feel that power, I'm gonna try to do what I can to make people feel hopeful and joyful, and like I don't even know. That's just like that's my whole spiel. That's
awesome. I love that. That's what I.
Dang. Man,
thank you.
We didn't do this, but we can had to roll this
one through. In the moment with Brandon, I love it.
That's always the good one. That was beautiful, Brandon. I think people need to hear that every week, bro. Like, it's just good to hear that side of music for people so that they can, because it's more than just, it's more than playing, it's I loved what you said about like serving, and I think a lot of musicians can get jaded by that fact that a lot of people think that, at least how I understood it is that we're playing music for people, for them, for not, to a certain extent, it's like you said, we're serving the people. It's like, like if there wasn't people to listen, it would just be us in that room, and then we're just playing for ourselves, which is great too, but I think every musician feeds off the energy of a room. You can't.
It's so different, eh? It's just,
Yeah.
it's like, it's unbelievably how different the feeling is of, you can almost trick yourself into it at, on the odd good day when you got the phones on and maybe the music's loud enough and you're just jamming along and you can kind of get lost in it for a little bit. And,
Yeah.
but it's almost instantaneous when it's live. It's just, it's so crazy. I wish I could explain that one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's live streams aren't the same.
I think of live shows as like a spiral, because it's like you throw the energy to the crowd and they throw it back. So it's just conjuring up. It's like it's recycled. It keeps getting recycled. The energy, like the charge from like
Mm-hmm.
you playing,
Mm-hmm.
the audience. Like, I mean, not always, right? Because sometimes audience don't fucking like your shit, right? That happens too. But
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
in a good setting, I feel like it could be a lot. I don't know. Music's weird. I saw someone post. What did they post? I had a homie post. Don't just play. They said it in a very ominous way, and it was like a quote. I'm gonna dumb it down, but basically, don't play to make yourself feel better. Which is like, I was trying to understand it, and I was like, I can see the philosophy in that, not to be selfish with your playing, you know. Um, but like, if you're, I mean, I don't know, it's just like this one concept. It's like me, I want to play crazy ass fucking music, right? But like, if you could play crazy ass music and still have the intention of the audience, I mean, I think that's okay, because people are like, oh, less is more, you got to connect with the audience. But it's all like interchangeable, this music shit. It's like, I don't even want people to promote like a certain way of doing it. I feel like people should just promote following your heart, with this shit, because it's so, everyone's different. Everyone wants to do it a different way. Music's crazy like that.
I think that's how you find your voice. Like you don't find your voice listening to the rules of what everyone else is telling you. You do you, and you figure out, oh man, what I did was sick, or what I did wasn't sick, and I'm not gonna do that. Or maybe I know when to do that, but that wasn't the right time to do that.
Yeah, for sure.
Type shit,
No, no. It's just learning yourself, and like how you know, externally affect the room, and like you're in seeing what your business does as like a independent musician. Shit, it's crazy.
I was having a conversation yesterday with a good friend of mine. He was a teacher for a long time, and he was saying, he's like, imagine listening. It was just a text, but he was like, imagine listening to yourself and not hearing anything wrong. And I was like, oh man, I can't imagine that. Which is like a flip side of the coin. It's like, all this kind of serving the music and stuff, but then there's always this part where it's like, there's always something wrong. Like, it's like, yeah, it's like there's always something to strive for. There's always some. Pardon?
I think that's jazz though, right? That's like the point. Like you're
right. Yeah. There's always something to work on. There's always like something nagging at you about your own playing and what you were trying to say, that you're just like, oh man, it's like, that was lame. I didn't believe that for a second, or I don't know. It's crazy. I started hearing myself.
We got a little background noise, eh?
Oh, what were you gonna say, Carson? My bad.
Oh, I think I was done.
I was gonna say, I've been doing this thing where it's like, sometimes I feel like certain mistakes are like such true moments about who you are that you didn't even know you had. Because like in the studio, there were certain takes that I didn't like, but my band members really liked it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? And I decided to run with it, because what I do is I'm just gonna be honest, I like to get a little high to it after I record a big session,
Right.
and really like listen to it as if I was not even me, right?
Right.
And then I realized, wow, this shit wasn't as bad as I thought. I was just probably so focused on trying to nail a good take that that's another thing too, man. Like, when you try so hard to nail good take, you just are never satisfied. I've been trying to find that balance between like just being comfortable to play and then going for it. That way, like if you need another take, oh well, that's cool, but like no pressure, And that's hard. That's what that in the moment shit's about. It's hard. It's a practice.
Yeah, yeah, Steely Dan syndrome. It's a thing for sure.
Totally.
You're like, you want to be able to nail a track like that, but at the same time, it's like there's so many other things to focus on that. Yeah, yeah. I talk about that a lot.
Dang, man, you guys are the best. This has been such a great talk
Yeah, this is
today.
great. I love it.
Yeah, yeah. If any, like I said, if anyone again in the viewers section, we got a lot of you here. If anyone's here that wants to ask Carson a question or wants to, feel free to comment, you guys, okay, and gals and people.
Hey, Chocolate Rain.
Chocolate Rain's
They're in the
house.
moment. Hey.
Chocolate Rain's here with us every week. Sal's good people. Sal's got a
Nice,
great drum set, by the way. I think he's got a sweet DW kit. I got to play Saul's drum kit on tour once. It was good. It was great. So man, I'd love to like kind of a what's the word I'm looking for, an easy lob question at you, Carson. Was like, what's what's the gear you're using at the moment? What's your go-to?
I'm really lucky enough to be with Zildjian, so I play. I've only really been playing hi-hats these days. I find that when I'm tracking right now, I'm doing all these. People mostly send me hip hop things. It's kind of funny just because the different things I've done on Instagram. I get like, it almost seems like producers are kind of like, oh man, I got this really weird beat that I want to sound live. I'll shoot it over to Carson. So I get all these really weird things that I got to recreate a lot of the time. That seems to be like what most of my remote tracking is these days. So I just find that when I'm playing my kick drum in my room, it just makes my cymbals shimmer, which is super annoying. And I'm doing a lot of gating and stuff like that. So I normally just take all the crashes and rides away these days, and it's all pretty much. I play the Constantinople 14 inches a ton most of the time, or the 15-inch new beats. Those kind of between those two hats. Oh, and the 16-inch Avitas. Those big ones. Between those three pairs of hats, I pretty much kind of have everything I need for that stuff, and just a ton of different snare drums. Spencer, my neighbor, he dropped off all his too, so I've got a ton of snares that I'm always cycling through, and then I just have two kicks. I got right there on the kit. It's a 20-inch Ludwig, and I got my Premier Signia kick as well, which is kind of a bit more kind of shorter, modern sound. So yeah, I don't know. I'm always just tweaking stuff. I'm not too into the gear. I don't really care. I just I'm more into the mics and the plugins, to be honest. I kind of more like the engineering side, and not that I know what I'm doing, but I definitely can move a mic around a couple inches, and I like documenting things so I can remember exactly how I got certain sounds, and I've been kind of living that for the last couple of years, just really trying to figure out when I get a track, I can be like, I've even built templates for myself where I've recorded my kick drum with every different beater I have, different locations, so I can pull up a template and be like, oh, I think that kick would be kind of the best for this track, and then it just kind of, I can get caught up on details, so I kind of had to do that for myself. That should kind of a character flaw, so I kind of built templates to just take the guesswork out of choosing sounds sometimes, and so I could just start and actually get to what matters, which is getting the take and stuff like that. So yeah,
man, that's killing. So do you have I love that idea of like having a template for like, so like how many, like when you're designing your template, like what are you hearing? What are you listening for?
Oh, so I'll take a kick drum, I'll tune it a certain way, and then I'll use a tune bot. So I'll just stick it on and just be like, oh, that's the frequency of it. That's kind of what I had the tuning, because I don't really know of any better way to document that. So I just use the tune bot or your phone or whatever, and then I'll have three mics on it, and I'll just track it with a fuzzy beater, and then I'll track it with the wood beater, and I'll track it with a regular beater, and then I'll change the tuning and get a different low, kind of like a high tuning for a kick and a low tuning, and I'll do that for my two kicks, and then every tuning with different beaters, and then play them all the different velocities. I'll take a soft note, a medium hit, and a loud note, and I'll just build a little template so with all marks, so I can just go through and hear exactly what what I'm going for, and it's normally it's actually really apparent which sound, for me at least. I'll pull up the template. I'll be like, oh, that's perfect. That's the right sound for this track, and I just won't think about it. I'll just tune up my kick, stick those mics where I put them, and away we go.
Interesting. That's cool. So like you
Yeah.
find you have a kick for, like, I guess the idea is having a kick, at least like a kick sound for every track, so you don't have to go in and guess. Great.
Yeah, I mean, some people just love to tweak and find it every time, but yeah, just like I said, it's like I can get hung up on details and overthink things. So I created the templates to just kind of in a roundabout way to overcome that. So I can just pick my snare and pick my kick and just get right to creating. So it helps me get to the creative process faster.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Man. And I think we had a couple people that wanted to ask about that thump snare drum, the big old green.
Oh,
who
you want me to go get it?
Yeah, who makes that thing?
It's a guy.
You said it was a dude who makes surfboards, right?
Yeah. His name is escaping me, but he's in Ventura. Ventura, where's that? That's like kind of by Santa Barbara, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, in between LA and Santa Barbara, I think.
I believe so.
Yeah, I'm Canadian. No, I'm just guessing. But yeah, he built surfboards. I'm pretty sure, and then he started building drums out of fiberglass, and he built. I don't know if you ever saw Pridgeon when he had that crazy colorful kit. That was him. That was a thump kit. He built drums for Zach Hill and Eric Moore and a whole bunch of other people. Those are only three I know off the top of my head. And yeah, he built me a snare back in 2012. On the inside it says "Made for Carson" on 2000 cool. On the 12th. It was on like December 12th. It was 12/12/12. The date that he built it. So that was kind of cool. Yeah, I'll grab it.
Can't forget that. Yeah, get it up for everyone that's in the room. Let's let's see what's up here. Let's check out. I wish I had a video queued up of the thump, but this is one of Carson's. Ooh. There it is.
Yeah.
The thump. Let's see that.
Yeah,
thing.
thumb drums. It's cool. You got these little geometric shapes on it, and yeah. What does it say on the inside? It says, yeah, made for Carson on 12/12/12.
It's got the trick throw off on that too.
Oh, I don't know. DW.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Man, I'm all about the trick throw off when I can get it on a snare.
Is that? I think
the trick. The trick.
I got one of Sugar percussion snare, which is ridiculously cool.
No, but I like that. I've always been ahead for that throw off ever since like I got into looking at custom drums when I was younger.
Is that with the 3 different levels? Like you can.
No, that's the DW butt plate one where you can. But the trick is like
It's just like whoop, like whoop, like a.
It's really nice looking.
Oh, interesting.
It doesn't make hardly any noise when you throw it on. I think that's the best part. Oh, I think he's got one.
Is that it?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, so the sugar, yeah. So my sugar.
Man, Sugar Percussion, what up?
Sugar
dude?
baby.
I've only heard great things about those drums, man. The guy Timbo from
Jefferson.
Kino always says what up to Sugar Percussion.
Yeah, they're always burning it firewood.
Oh, see, Saul's talking about it. Yeah, he just
shows thumb
he
snare.
he just shows the thump snare.
You're waiting.
Where were you, Saul? There it is, baby.
Yeah, it's funny. It just sat on my left-hand side for a lot of videos, and people are just like, play it. Like, just hit it once, at least. But I love it. It's got a killer deep sound. Or it sounds really good, tuned deep and high. Actually, it just sounds good all the time. I should play it more.
I think it's just so cool. Like, I mean, I guess I'm just kind of like into like drums made from different things.
Yeah, fiberglass. Oh man, there was those old or this is it fiberglass or carbon fiber?
So wait, Saul, do you have a thump drum set? Is that the one we played? Because I don't remember. I seem to remember it was a DW, but maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, Saul, let me know.
Mostly fiberglass. Yeah. Okay.
Dang,
Yeah.
such a cool.
Yeah, they're awesome.
We
Yeah,
played a
the guy-
Yamaha. Okay.
No, it's no thump.
It's no thump, baby. Well, dang. Carson, man, who's gonna win? Who's gonna win the friggin' Stanley Cup this year? Do you know?
Not the Calgary Flames.
Oh,
Frick, man,
jeez.
we're playing so bad. I know I'm a big hockey fan. Unfortunately, I don't watch any other sports, but I'm a good Canadian kid, so I like hockey.
Did you
and-
play hockey growing up?
No, you know what? I got 3 brothers, so there's four boys, and my parents pretty much sat us down, and they were just like, either you guys all play hockey or you all ski or snowboard, because we're not driving you. We're not having half you go off to the mountains and then half you go into hockey games, because that's just too much driving. And we lived out in the country, so we all chose skiing. So I grew up on the mountains skiing and snowboarding. Well, I had friends playing hockey, but I can't even. I barely can skate. I suck so bad. I can't stop. So I can.
Is it a thing in Canada? Like, if you don't know how to skate, like I feel like you might have.
Yeah,
like,
it's pathetic.
The
It's
equivalent,
terrible.
like
Yeah.
I'm from California, I can't surf.
Yep. No, it's pretty much, because a lot of my friends will, like, it'll be a beautiful winter night and they'll all go play shinny and
Shinny?
you
got to tell me what that is.
shinny is just like
pickup
recreational hockey. Yeah, just like you just go to the outdoor rink and crack some beers and play hockey usually. Yeah, it's like and I am so jealous. Like, I would love to be able to just strap on the skates and go,
Man.
shoot some pucks, but I never took the time, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think we only had we had roller hockey down here.
Right,
You
yeah,
can go
Mighty
do
Ducks
roller
made that
hockey.
real popular.
Yeah, you get the puck with the little balls in them so that it can skate on the
totally.
skate on the asphalt. And I
Yeah.
think I went to Sports Chalet after I saw Mighty Ducks and got me a puck, and I
Yep.
wanted to play roller hockey so bad, but I my parents never signed me up for any sports. Those people, even though I swear to everything I asked them to, but they never did. But it's
Yeah,
okay.
no,
They got me
I've-
drum lessons instead.
Hey, fair enough. Yeah. I had a little half pipe. My dad built a skate ramp when I was a kid, so
Ooh.
I had a little. It was scary though. It was a 6-foot half pipe, but it had like a foot of vert. So like,
Jeez.
just learning how to drop in was just so frightening. You'd just be standing up top like,
That's a
and
big
then you-
backyard pipe,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah, we
Foot
had
of
it in the
vert.
garage, and yeah, it was sketchy, and it was made out of that plywood where like the little bits of wood were sticking out. Like it's like the more like the compressed, not the MDF where it's smooth. It was like the kind of wood where it like you get a little bit of peel up and you'd
Yeah.
catch it. But yeah, it was pretty sketchy. But
Dang.
yeah, skateboarding and snowboarding, but I was never that good at either. But I loved them. I'm good at big mountain snowboarding. I mean, yeah, I can kind of ski whatever, but I'm not so hot on like handrails or anything like that. I had friends who were incredible at park, and yeah, once again I got so jealous. That was
Yeah,
that was
I
funny.
like going fast, going downhill, and like hitting some pow, and then
Yeah, hit the pow. That's what it's all about.
just like
Yeah.
because I like falling. If I can fall and not get hurt, that would be. Or I shouldn't say I like falling, but like if I were to fall, I would
like it.
rather fall in something soft than something, metal like a friggin' handrail or.
Yep.
I mean, growing up skateboarding in California is like, just the way to go. And you have Big Bear, which is like your man-made snow heaven.
How far is that from you there?
From when I grew up, it's like 3.5 hours away. You can get to, Southern California. You can surf, skate, and snowboard all in the same day if you do it right.
Have you ever done it?
Well,
No,
Kyle
you don't
surf.
How come? You just never it was never appealing to you, or you just
I mean, I just never had. I never had friends that either that hit me up was like, yo, like let's go surf, or no one
Right.
was like, yo, let me teach you to surf.
Right.
I went to a surf camp, but I didn't go 2 of the 5 days because I didn't like waking up early. I was like in 6th or 7th grade, and I was like, no, I don't want to go.
Right.
And my
Yeah, I
dad
suck
was
at
just like,
surf.
cool, okay, you don't go. I'm like, dang, you should have like just put me in the car, man. But it's all good. It's all good.
I went to Indonesia for a couple months to go learn how to surf, and I was with two of my buddies who were really good at it. So we would always travel to these huge breaks, and it just ended up with me with a practice pad on the beach.
Yeah, that's not bad.
That's okay.
Not a bad day.
Did some yoga.
Heck yeah. Well, god dang, you guys, this has been fun. This is probably a good time to call it. If there's any other questions in the chat, let's let you say them now or forever hold your drumsticks. Little like quick rundown of everything for everyone that missed it. You can find Carson's Carson Gant one up drum vids. One of my personal YouTube drum heroes helped me out when I needed a kick in the keister.
Well,
you can,
you're way better than me at
you
drums,
can-
so
shut up, bro.
I'll just say you're welcome. I don't know what I did,
Hey,
but
Carson helped me out. Carson can help you guys out too. Go
Wish
out
I could
and
help
check
myself.
His, YouTube channel, One Up Drum Vids. Look at this person. One Up Drum Vids. Here it is. Go subscribe to his channel. Go start with his display single paradiddle challenge and get all the way up to his Matt Garska paradiddle challenge. Such a sick.
yeah, the Pridgeon ones aren't around anymore for
Pridgeon-
reasons that only Matt knows. But.
Yeah, I think there's a Reddit thing where you can figure all that out. And make sure you keep your eyes peeled for Carson's new I believe this is going to be Phantom X Carson or something, whatever. You don't have a name for it yet. I
Yeah,
remember.
it'll just be our names. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. But I'll
so-
definitely be posting about it because
Yeah.
I'm pretty proud of it and pretty excited. So
So
I'm sorry. I'm dealing with so much house stuff right now. I feel so rude. My bad, guys.
why are you being rude? I thought you were just meditating.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm gonna go try the Wim Hof after this though for sure.
Oh, do it. It's a trip.
Yeah.
Just try and make it to that third round. Here, I'll send you a link to a walkthrough video on YouTube. It's
way.
free.
Okay.
Yeah,
good.
it's awesome.
Yes.
All you have to do is do what they're doing, and then
I'm in.
and
I'm good at that.
Yeah.
What links was I gonna send you? I was gonna send you DoTerra.
Yep, and then the name of your essential oil supplier that without the chemicals in it.
That's DoTerra. So, One Up.
Excuse me.
One Up.
Well,
What?
in the minutes that we have left, just like to thank Carson for coming on the stream, and making time for us. And again, go follow Carson. One Up Drum Vids on all.
Thank you
and
guys.
most
Thanks for having
platforms.
me. I appreciate it huge.
It's so cool. I hope that whenever, I'm gonna cash in on this Canada powder trip when they let me in the country.
Hell yeah, man. Come stay at my place.
I'm down, dude.
I got a room for you.
I'll be, for just all the geographic nerds, like where is Calgary in the left, middle, or right of Canada?
It's kind of like the middle left. It's so when if I'm outside looking out, I'm looking at the Rocky Mountains. So
Okay.
we're kind of in the foothills. So
Got
Vancouver would be kind of right here, and Toronto would be right here, and Calgary is right there.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah, and these are all mountains that go down to Colorado,
So you're like above like
Montana.
Montana, Wyoming.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Very
Okay,
good.
guys.
Okay, guys. Well,
Well, hey,
peace.
y'all, let's,
Thanks so much.
With the time we have left, we'll go raid Kiefer's channel like we always do because Kiefer's a homie.
Who's
And,
Kiefer?
Who's Kiefer? Kiefer is a one-of-a-kind producer here in Los Angeles, and he's also from San Diego, my hometown. He's a homie.
Oh, dope.
Oh, I didn't know this from San Diego.
Yeah,
That's
bro.
why you played soda pop or the soda bar.
Soda bar. Yeah. Well, sick everybody.
All right.
Let's let me make sure this raid's gonna go through, and we're going. So Six Furious gonna go to Kiefer's channel. Thank you guys, and thank you Carson. Thank you Brandon. We'll see you guys
Hey.
next week.
Thanks for having me. Nice to meet you, Brandon.
Nice to meet you, Carson. Y'all have a great
You,
one.
buddy.
Okay.
You too, man.
Yeah.
Cheers.